Today is Tuesday, December the 1st. Can you believe that it is December already? And I'm looking around, I'm looking for my water, and I thought I had it, and I don't, but that's okay. This episode won't be that long anyway, I promise, because I had to take a second shower today because for some reason, I was just feeling kind of because usually I don't, because I don't move around a lot. So I just take my shower in the morning and that's it, because I don't really sweat or anything. But because I was really active today, I was like, okay, yeah, we're going to take a second shower, and I need to do that now and get that out the way before I go and do anything else. So that is done. So I'm fresh out the shower. And I'm now the sleep I missed last night. It's funny, I did a daily thought on sleep, how important it is. It caught up with me today because I didn't sleep as well as I would have liked. And part of the reason is because I went to bed late because I was staying. I had to make a run to the grocery store, yesterday. So then that got me home late. In addition to that, the episode that I recorded for yesterday for my daily thought in regards to the Series X, the Xbox Series X, it took way longer than I anticipated. And then, in addition to that, with me doing the editing and the downloading and the chopping and all the stuff and everything else and uploading and whatnot, that took longer than expected. So I got sidetracked with the Avengers, the video game. And with the Xbox Series X, you have to download, I guess because it's doing the emulator or whatever it does, you have to download the game to the system, even though you have the disc. Make it make sense. But I did that. And by the way, I just got a little bit upset again with this whole emulator thing. Now I found out that somebody did something with the Series X and S where not only can they play Nintendo GameCube games, people are playing PlayStation 2 games on the Xbox. But we can't make an Xbox CD Marvel vs. Capcom 2 work. Make it make sense. But I digress. So anyways, I was playing Avengers last night after it finished downloading. And the funny thing was, once it finished downloading, that's when I had wrapped up my editing. And I said to myself, okay, the editing's wrapped up. It'd be good for me to just go ahead and go to bed now because I've already eaten, yada, yada, yada. And then I was like, well, I can just play for a minute or two just to see what the game is like, because I haven't played it yet, because I don't have a lot of time, because from morning till night, I'm doing stuff. I'm constantly doing stuff. And the weekends, I have a little bit of time, free time from time to time, but even then, I'm usually doing something. Which, speaking of which, that reminds me, I may not be doing a Keeping It Real with KC episode. I will do my best to do it this weekend, because this episode that I'm doing will be an experiment. On my other channel, I uploaded to IGTV for the first time. And now I'm uploading episodes on my other podcast with the video to IGTV. And I plan on experimenting with this episode to upload to IGTV for Keeping It Real with KC. So we'll see how that goes. If everything works out the way that I believe it will, I am looking to upload my older videos to IGTV this weekend, and obviously that will take time. So that if I'm doing that, I don't know, maybe I'll record 2 episodes on Friday and then just do it that way and then upload it for Saturday for Keeping It Real KC. I don't know. I'll figure out something. I'll have more of the details once that's done. But let me get into what my daily thought is about. And this is just an opinion. That's all it is. My opinion. You guys are kind enough to listen to my podcast or either watch my videos, but mostly listen to my podcast. And when it comes to relationships, and you know what? I will not limit this to romantic relationships. See, this is how much things change. This has already changed. All right. With reconciling with people, I am okay with reconciliation. I believe in second chances. Hell, I believe in third, fourth, and fifth chances, depending on what the situation is and who the person is, what the history is with the person. Now, don't get me wrong, as I said before, all relationships, whether it be friendships, family, husband, wife, cousin, I don't care who it is, I don't care who it is, all relationships are subject to audit. And I did an episode on that. So if you're not familiar with me talking about that, go to that episode. All relationships are subject to audit. So let's keep that clear. But when it comes to reconciliation, I believe in it. However, I'm hesitant with people who treated me as an option, if that makes sense. And that's what I say about reconciliation. If you broke up with someone on the romantic level and it didn't work out, and during that relationship, they treated you as an option instead of as a priority, I just don't see going back to that, to being treated as an option. Now, obviously, some things will rank higher than you on the totem pole when you're dealing with someone in a relationship. Because if I'm in a relationship with someone, clearly my parents are going to rank higher than them. It is what it is. Even though all relationships are subject to audit. So, because if my parents start acting up, then I'm not dealing with it. But still, if I'm in a relationship with someone, yeah, my parents are going to rank higher than them. Of course, the universe, God, energy will rank higher than everyone because that's whom my blessings flow from. So there will always be a ranking. But you don't want to be with someone who has that sometimey energy where they'll just deal with you sometimes, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in person. Because one of my friends, he gets mad at me because I don't visit him. He lives on the west side of LA. I live in the valley. No. I love him to pieces, but I'm not putting miles on my car to constantly go see someone. If he wants to do that, that's fine. But I'm not about that life. But I will pick up the phone. If you text me and I rock with you, I'm answering your text usually within a few minutes of receiving it, unless something's going on. But usually I answer people's texts within a few minutes of receiving it, if I rock with them. If you call me, as long as I'm not busy, I'm picking up the phone. If I miss your call and you leave a message and you say, call me back, then I'm calling you back if I rock with you. Because people who I rock with, they're a priority. It isn't, well, I'll call you back and then you don't hear from them until 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month later. Or when you call them, they never seem to pick up their phone. But you've left several messages. You sent text. You've done this, you've done that. I remember when I was talking to my granny, my dad's mother, and I was talking about one of my relatives in the family. And my granny was talking about that person. And I was sort of, because me, if someone isn't around to defend themselves, usually I'm the one who defends them. And I said to my granny, I was like, well, such and such, they're always busy. And my granny said, people are as busy as they want to be. And I was like, oh, okay. If someone wants to make time for you, they'll make time for you. If someone wants to answer your text, they'll answer your text. If someone wants to answer your call, they'll answer your call. If someone wants to call you back, they'll call you back. Now, don't misconstrue me saying that if someone doesn't call you all the time, or if they don't text you all the time, or if they don't answer all the time and all this and all that, that they don't care about you. I'm not saying that. Every relationship is different. Every individual is different. I'm not expecting someone to blow my phone up 5 times a day or 20 times a week or whatever, because I don't care to hear from people like that, even the people that I love. I love my mother. I love my father. I don't want to talk to them every day. I don't. There's only but so many things we can talk about. However, when it comes to people treating you as an option, and there is a falling out, and it comes to reconciliation, I'm not saying don't reconcile. I'm just saying think about it before you reconcile. That's what I'm saying. Will it be the same pattern? Has the person changed in any way? Because you're about to step back into a relationship, or you're about to step back into a friendship where that individual treated you as an option. They only interacted with you when they needed you, or when they wanted something from you, when it was beneficial to them. If they're still in that mindset, if they still have those type of behaviors or that type of behavior, then I really, really think about it long and hard and see. And also with them treating you as an option, if you had fallen out with them, was them treating you as an option one of the contributing factors to why you fell out with them? If it was, then you really need to think about it and see if they changed their ways. If it wasn't the main contributing factor, but it was an issue, then you got a twofer going. You really need to think. Like, you fell out over something else, but then also on top of it, they treated you as an option anyway. I don't know. That's why I say, the title of this will be Don't Reconcile with People That Treated You as an Option. And that sounds like an absolute. There's always caveats like the ones I mentioned. It's just, for me, life goes on. That's how I look at it. Life goes on. There's a lot of people on this planet. Even though the world is incredibly small, there's still a lot of people on this planet. And there are people who are willing to make you a priority. You may not be the top priority, because like I said, everyone has their place on the totem pole in people's lives. I don't know where you're going to rank on someone's totem pole, because we're all individuals. However, there are things that people can do to show you that you're not an option. I'll give you an example. If they're unable, let's say you call them and they miss your call, you leave a message. One thing they could do to show you that you're not just an option is to, if they're busy working on something or doing whatever, pick your poison, then they can text you and say, hey, I'm busy right now. I'll call you at such and such time. I'll call you tonight, or I'll call you sometime tomorrow afternoon. I like when people give specifics. I don't like when people say, hey, I'm busy right now, I'll call you back, because that leaves too much room. Because when someone tells me, which that could be an episode within itself, when someone tells me that they're going to call me back, I don't call them. And if a year goes by, a year goes by. Because you said you were going to call me back. So I like specifics. So if they miss your call, one thing they can do to show you that you're a priority in their life, wherever you may rank on their totem pole, is shoot you a quick text to say, hey, I'm busy right now. Lots of stuff going on at work, or this has happened, or I'm at the grocery store. I'll call you back tonight when I get home, or either I'll call you this weekend. You know, today's Tuesday. Be like, look, it's going to be a busy week for me. I'll call you this weekend. We'll catch up then. That's something that shows that, okay, you're a priority in their life because they took the time. It's showing that someone is a priority. It really, what it boils down to is being considerate. Is someone willing to be considerate? Is someone willing to appreciate your time? Just like if the friend I was talking about earlier, that if he drives up and visits me, anything that he wants, which he hasn't visited in a while because he's been in his feelings, but he'll get over it. I still love him though. But anything that he wants when he comes up from the west side, if he wants to get something to eat, I'll pay for it. Even if he wants some gas for his car, that's fine. Because I don't mind doing that, because I know that I'm not driving to the west side of Los Angeles, because I don't like driving out that far. I just don't. But I'm considerate enough to say, hey, he took the time to drive up here. He doesn't have to worry about his meals. If he brings up gas, that's fine. I'll fill up his tank. I'm not worried about that. Or anything else that he needs while he's in my presence, I'll go ahead and take care of it because I consider him a priority. Now, as for his ranking on the totem pole, that can be determined. But it's really about being considerate. How considerate is someone when they interact with you in a relationship? How considerate are they? And I'm talking about friendship, marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend, whatever type of relationships, because some people have 3 in a couple or a crowd, or I don't know, polygamy, I guess. But regardless of what the setup is, how considerate is that person? Because if they're considerate to you, they consider you to be a priority. Now, there's a caveat on that. Certain things may require alteration, depending on the individual that you deal with. Just like my mother, she is a high-ranking priority over most people, but my mother can be extra sometimes, and I can't deal with her, like I said, on an everyday basis, and sometimes not even on a once-a-week basis. because I can't deal with the energy because I'm an empath. So I can't deal with all that. I love her. I do anything I could for her. But sometimes you have to set boundaries. That's another episode. Go through, and that's within. Be careful who you receive and share your energy with, or whatever the title of that episode was. That one. In another episode, you have as much of me as I'm capable of giving. So there are caveats within that. However, it's still about being considerate. And if my mother texts me, I will answer the text, even if I don't feel like being bothered. If she calls me, I may not answer the call, depending on what day she catches me on. So, but I'll eventually get around to calling her, or I might send a text or do something like that. It depends on what it is. So, yeah. But when it comes to reconciling with people, having someone as a permanent fixture in your life, if they treated you as an option during the relationship before the falling out, personally, I don't like to reconcile with those people. So I say don't reconcile with them. But at the same time, I'm not you, and you're an individual. And you know your situation much better than I do. I am just a person in Los Angeles giving my opinion on my podcast. That is all I'm doing. And that's all I got. So, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. KIRWKC on Twitter, on Instagram. And now the show, hopefully, after tonight, will be uploaded to IGTV along with all the other episodes over time. And Facebook.com/KIRWKC. Thank you to those who have swung by the Facebook page. I think there's like 400 and something likes on the Facebook page. So thank you to those people who have been doing that. Welcome to the new people who are listening to the podcast via iHeartRadio on their platform. Thank you as well. Yeah, that's all I have. Love you guys. Until next time, be blessed.